We're going to begin this half hour with that court appearance by Olympic sprinter Oscar Pistorius. NBC's Rohit Kachru is in Pretoria, South Africa with the story this morning. Rohit, good morning to you.
And good morning, Savannah. Oscar Pistorius seemed composed as he arrived here at the court this morning. He barely spoke a word during the 20-minute hearing, which was a big step towards his murder trial. Oscar Pistorius returned to court today, cameras following him right into the dock. He stood absolutely still for most of the hearing, his case postponed for 2 months. Pistorius is accused of the premeditated murder of girlfriend Reeva Steenkamp, who he was pictured cuddling with just days before. He shot her through a bathroom door. We've blurred these police pictures leaked to Sky News because they're so graphic. They show blood around the toilet, footprints that might indicate the crime scene was contaminated, markers on the toilet door which show where bullets struck. The Olympic star says he thought he was firing at an intruder. Now his coach says Pistorius is traumatized.
No, Oscar love to say he's fine, but he's not fine.
He recalls Oscar's delight at his blossoming romance.
Between all sessions, Oscar will go to give a hug or lie on her lap, and that's the relationship I saw.
And text messages sent to one friend say more about his state of mind. One reads, "I miss her so much that I just don't know how to cope without being able to see or touch or talk to her." Pistorius will return to court on August 19th, what would have been Reeva's 30th birthday. And Reeva's parents have given an interview to British documentary makers in which they say Reeva and Oscar had been fighting regularly and that she was afraid of his fast driving. Reeva's mother says she told Oscar, quote, "If you hurt my baby in any way, I will have you wiped out." Savannah?
Rohit Kachru in Pretoria, South Africa for us this morning. Thank you for some perspective. Let's turn to Lisa Bloom, today's legal analyst. Lisa, good morning to you.
Good morning.
This was a short hearing. The prosecutors asked for more time. We see postponements all the time in the U.S. legal system. Do you read anything into it?
Well, I think it's safe to say that the side that's seeking the prosecution is the side that's not yet ready to prove its case at trial. And interestingly here, that's the prosecution.
And the magistrate also this morning voiced some concerns about media coverage of this trial, the sense of it being sensationalized by journalists. Normally that's a concern when you have a jury trial. You don't want to taint the jury pool. But here it's a judge who will decide this case. What do you make of it?
Right. Well, there's not a judge on the planet, Savannah, that enjoys crime scene photos being leaked to the press and the kind of high-profile case that this one is. But the bottom line is, as you say, there's no jury. I don't see much risk of a taint here.
Yeah, you mentioned the crime scene photos. It's rather extraordinary to have that kind of evidence leaked to the press, since we have seen, and I know you've examined these photos. Do you look at them and see anything forensically from your standpoint that helps the defense or hurts the defense argument?
Both sides in this case concede that Oscar Pistorius is the one who shot and killed his girlfriend through the bathroom door. The question is, why? Was it a mistake? And when you look closely at the photos, the shots are through the bottom half of the door. That is consistent with his story, that he heard a sound in the night, he got up, he didn't have time to put his prosthetic legs on, and instead he went on the stumps of his legs and shot through the door from a low angle. That does conform with the defense side of this case.
We mentioned a couple seconds ago that it's a judge who will determine guilt or innocence in this case. Normally, a defendant wants a jury trial. I know you have a little bit of a different take on this. You actually think it benefits potentially Oscar Pistorius that it's a judge who will determine the case.
If I were representing Oscar Pistorius, I would want a judge to try this case. There's so much emotion swirling around this case. Social issues in South Africa about crime, fear, abuse of women. I would want a judge who would tend to be more rational, perhaps, and listen to the defense, decide the case based on the evidence. I think this is a good outcome for him.
All right, Lisa Bloom in Los Angeles for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.